Hi, it's Aneta here from Aneta Yoga Studio and Wellness. Today is Thursday and I'm showing up now with the Facebook Live to chat with you about another part of the yoga wellness coaching, another subject. So initially I was thinking about talking about gratitude because February for me is the month of gratitude. But there is something else that keeps coming up. I've been not very well and it's really affected my breathing. And the last few days I really struggled with breathing, which, as you can imagine, is quite challenging when you are teaching yoga, when you're teaching pranayama, when you're teaching physical asana practice. And even moving around, walking down to the studio, coming back, it really affected my chest. And so this morning I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning and I really felt that my chest was very heavy. And so rather, I couldn't stay lying down in bed past, 20 minutes. I can't do that. So I came downstairs to the living room and I thought, there is something else going on in here. Something else that trying to breathe deeply is not gonna heal. Something else that just doing physical asana practice is not gonna help. Something that doing just mindful awareness of the body and breath is not gonna really shift. And that something is really connecting with your deep body wisdom. And this is what I did this morning. There is a practice that I've been doing for a number of years that goes beyond mindfulness, that allows you to really connect deeply with your body wisdom. And I'm sure you heard that before. I talk a lot about this, about the body wisdom, about connecting with the body wisdom, your inner wisdom. And we can live our life through our mind, through trying to be logical, trying to set the goals, trying to achieve them, trying to push and strive, trying to be very, coming from an objective point of view. But in reality, we are emotional beings. And we don't feel emotions in our mind, we feel emotions in our body. And the body has got a lot of wisdom. Your body knows which people are not that great for you to hang around with. Your body knows what you need in order to live an authentic and satisfying and joyful life. Your body knows which career choices you need to make. Your body knows what you need in any situation. The reality of our living in this society is that we were never taught how to trust that body wisdom, how to listen to it, how to know what it's saying. Because, and you might be exactly just like I was this morning, even though I have this knowledge already and the practice of connecting with the body, my initial reaction was, I want this to go away. I want this symptom to stop. What can I do to get rid of it? And it might be that you might be experiencing something similar, that there is a chronic tension somewhere in the body, in the shoulder or in the hip. That might be a problem with breathing. There might be a problem with finding ease and space within the body. There might be that persistent thing that just keeps happening, that you just want to get rid of. And maybe you've even practiced, just like me, deep breathing. Maybe you've done yoga, gone to the yoga, and somehow it goes over your head and you just think, well, I'm still experiencing those things, so what's going on? Why is it like that? And that something is that body wisdom. It's going beyond the mindfulness, beyond being aware of the symptoms within the body. It goes to really having a dialogue with those parts of your body, hearing their message, because Your body has got only one way of communicating with you, and that is through physical sensations. Initially, it will be just tapping, small sensation within the body. If you ignore it, try to not listen to it, it will start knocking a little bit more, a little bit more. If you ignore that, it will develop into something else, because the body has got to speak louder to attract your attention, to make you listen that something is going on. And often we do what we do, and what I've done in the past, and I even thought about it this morning, we numb it out. We take a painkiller. We focus on something else. Sometimes we can use alcohol. Sometimes we can even use yoga practice to do that. If only I just do lots of deep breathing, it will go away. And it doesn't work that way. So if you have been struggling with something like this persistent sensation in the body, then you need to go beyond the mindfulness, beyond observing without preference, without judgment. You need to go beyond that to connect with that body wisdom and be willing to listen with compassion to what your body is saying to you. Have that dialogue, have that understanding, and really that's the only way to get to know yourself as a human being, as an emotional being. And so when I got up this morning, my breathing was really bad. I came down, I was grasping for breath, and I thought, gosh, what's happening? This is unbearable. I thought, it's, 4 o'clock in the morning, I can't sleep, I can't breathe, I can't do anything, I can't find a comfortable position. And so I sat down and tried to relax and kind of went to the chest and connected with that sensation, welcomed it, connected with it, listened to what it was saying, the message that it had, and acknowledged that message. And it was different to what I thought it would be. So there was something going on that on the mental level I had some stories, but my heart was saying something different. And that light bulb, that understanding, okay, that's what's going on for me, shifted it a little bit. So my breath is still a little bit labored, but nothing like it was at 4 o'clock this morning. It's powerful how when you connect with that body wisdom, how when you listen to that body wisdom, how it can ease off because you listened. It doesn't have to speak so loud to try to get your attention. And I remember this is not the first time that it happened. How I signed up for my yoga teacher training 8 years ago was exactly the same way, or very similar way, slightly different sensations. I was thinking about doing it. I was interested in mindfulness, and at the time there were very few courses that were doing yoga and mindfulness in the way, and Western psychology, the way that I wanted it. I found a course not far from me, actually, just a few stops in London. And I looked at it and I thought, well, it's a year-long course, lots of weekends, a lot of money. And my logical mind was saying, this is not the right time. I can't do it right now. I'm working in a crisis center for chaotic drug users. I'm really stressed out. My partner is really stressed out. He was working shifts in the same place. And I thought, I can't do it. This is too much. And so, interestingly, following that decision, I started getting really bad shoulder pain. And initially it was just a little bit. I was trying to rub it out, and my partner was doing some massage on me. Within a few days, it got really bad, to the point that I woke up one night in a lot of pain. I couldn't move it. Shiatsu practitioner at the center was trying to release it, but I couldn't do anything with it. It was just getting worse and worse and worse, to the point that I woke up in the morning. Again, I must have been like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, feeling this horrible pain. And I remember sitting in the kitchen, by the kitchen table in our kitchen, drinking tea It was really dark outside and thinking, I just don't know what's going on. I really don't know. And interestingly, because I was so tired, I relaxed into it, and without knowing at the time, because that was 8 years ago, that I was doing it, I had that interaction and dialogue with the shoulder and understood that I was feeling so rigid and so tensed up in here because doing that course was such an important thing for me. And so that day I signed up for it. Within a couple of days the shoulder pain went and disappeared completely. And that's just a couple of examples in my own life of how it works. And so if you can learn that, a very simple process, and it's a skill, it's not a therapeutic thing. It's a skill that you can develop and learn for yourself, to get to know yourself more, to connect with yourself more, to really understand what's going on for you and make decisions from that space, rather than from your head, pros and cons, logical kind of stuff, calculations, but from that deep body wisdom that can come. It can have a really profound effect on the level of your joy and happiness and the quality of your life. It's one of the most powerful skills that I learned, and merging it, bringing it together with yoga tradition and everything that comes with it, and with mindfulness and everything, and loving kindness and everything that comes with it, you create something so amazingly powerful that has got a real potential to change your life completely. And so let me know what you think about it. If you've got any questions, have a chat with me. As I said, I'm always really happy to hear where you're from, whether you're watching a replay, whether you found this useful. Let me know how you're doing, and whether any subjects that you'd like me to talk about. And next week, I'm not going to do Thursday session. I'm actually going to do Saturday morning session. And next week is half term, so slightly different timetable for me. So Saturday morning, I will be coming up around 9:30 in the morning and having a chat with you about another yoga wellness coaching subject. And I wish you a really wonderful day. Namaste.